Welcome back, guys. D. Aaron Elijah here for another episode of SpeaksNSip. Right? This time around, we're talking about fitness. So some people talk about discipline. Some others are the discipline. Today's guest, from UFX to social media motivator. Welcome, Paigey. How are you?
I'm okay.
How's everything?
It's good. Nice to be here.
Yes. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for even, coming up and showing the love.
Of course.
How's your day been so far?
I can't complain. I have no complaints. It's been a good day so far. I woke up this morning, so I'm good.
Okay. All right. So let's get into it. What's one thing people would never guess about you just based on maybe like what they see?
Something people would never guess about me. I mean, unless you've been following me forever, you might not know that I'm an artist at heart.
Okay.
I'm a creative. I'm overall creative. I just like to create. So I paint, I sculpt, I sketch. So I don't think too many people know that about me.
Okay. All right. When it comes to your origin story, right? What really got you started? What got you into fitness? How did that work for you?
It all started when I was in high school. My parents used to buy those P90X DVDs, you know?
Okay, yeah.
They used to buy those, the Beachbody DVDs. So everybody used to say I was so tiny, and I think I would just scroll through the internet and see fit women, but they would be small, petite in shape, and it inspired me. So I would see the DVDs, and I was like, okay, so they doing that, so maybe I need to do that. And I would take my parents' DVDs because, no shade, they wasn't really using them like that. So I just, I mean, they were using them, but not I feel to their full potential. So I would take them and I would be in my room just doing crazy ab routines and stuff like that. So it kind of started from there. And then ever since then, I don't think I ever stopped.
So is there any key moment that transitioned for you where it became I guess from a hobby to that's a part of life for you?
I remember when Instagram got started, there was this lady, her name is Macia Diaz. She's real big now. She used to live in Brooklyn. I used to see her eat and train a certain way on Instagram, so I kind of mimicked it. So she was training for an NPC competition, I believe, and I thought that to have a body like her, I needed to eat like that. So I think, I don't know, I was probably 21 or something like that. Wasn't even really reading the books about it or anything. But I just was I would eat clean chicken. Everything was clean. No beef, ground turkey, vegetables, yogurt.
Started off right. That's all the good shit, yeah.
And then it got to a point where I was over it because I would eat the chicken, but I would gag at it. And but I just know what I wanted. So if I knew I wanted to look a certain way, I would still eat that way. And then I came to realize that you can't eat like that as a lifestyle. But you can continue to eat that healthy with having a little bit of something every now and again, you know?
Yeah.
So for me, that's kind of what got me on board with just overall fitness and staying in shape. Honestly, it was watching her. And I watched her for some years. And then, I kind of got into my groove and just got consistent and stayed with it till this day. I don't think I could ever let it go.
Okay. All right. And we didn't forget Mr. Mind, Body, Soul in the building. What's going on, brother?
Set the tone, chilling, I'm listening, man. I'm visualizing while y'all talking. I'm visualizing the timeline.
So hold on. So, right, I don't want to skip too many steps, but when it comes to this link up, how did you guys meet in the calisthenic world? And just working out? How did that work for you guys?
You want to say it or me?
You go.
Well, it was at an event. They were having an event in the DMV, I believe. And I believe Extra Money was competing against Abu Sada. Am I saying that right?
Mm-hmm.
And I saw them there. And I've always seen him on Instagram. He's silly, but I always saw him on Instagram. But then I actually saw him in person over there. And I was like, yo, how are you? You got great energy. And, kind of from there, that's how we officially met each other.
Nice. Okay. I think when it comes to and it's something I've said before, when it comes to the fitness world and just the community of it, it's actually strong. So I feel a lot of times when people put in a lot of work and you finally get to meet up and you see the work ethic for others, it's an instant connection. So now when it comes to, so dating back, I guess when it comes to how was the whole origin for you when it came to the UFX? How did you get to that part?
What's funny is I wasn't even really well, it's not that I wasn't supposed to compete. I think they were looking for another female.
Okay.
In New York, I think one of the hardest things is to find women in calisthenics right now. So like, I was already.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
I was already kind of in training for it anyway.
Yeah.
So I was like, I could give it a try, and it was just like I think a mock battle or something like that.
Okay.
So it was my first ever competition. So I went against this girl named Jen. We so cool. I love her. She's a sweetheart. Strong girl if you don't know her. But I went against her, and I went against her knowing how much stronger she is than me. And my brain was just all over the place when I went to go compete against her. And people actually came to my face and told me I was going to lose.
Damn, okay.
Like I was like, oh, okay, bet. Like
that gave you drive.
That made me train harder, you know? And no disrespect or shade to her, I love her. I was just like, I can't lose after those people said that to me, you know? So I went and gave it all my gut. And like that kind of is where it started with the UFX. And then from there, I got like put on a team, and yeah, it's a dope experience for sure.
Okay. What is your, I guess with having that background as well, what does your like current split look like? Like how's your workout?
I mostly train calisthenics if I'm being honest.
Okay.
Like, I barely use weights unless I'm doing like weighted pulls, dips, and sometimes squats. Like I'm trying to get back focused with that, like because that used to be my thing. Like I used to just focus on full body everything, but ever since, I'm not gonna lie, I started calisthenics, I just feel like, I don't know. I know calisthenics is legs too, but like, once you start, I start to understand how, I kind of understand how men feel when they be out here like this. Cause like, you get strong and to have that kind of strength just feels amazing. Like, cause not everybody can do it, and it is dope. I can squat all day. That's cool. Like,
yeah. After a while, you get tired of it. How you feel post leg workout, ho?
Dude, I heard my back again. Hey, yo, but I want to piggyback real quick on, I don't want to forget this, man. I feel this need to be mentioned, man. Back to the DMV battle real quick, though.
Okay.
How I met Paige. Like she said, we bumped into each other. She like, yo, I remember you. Woo, woo. I seen you on the gram. I'm like, cool, yo, listen, we running. Before we leave, we're going to catch some content. You know what I mean? And I seen her stuff too before. I just seen it, scroll past it. You know what I mean? I probably meant to follow back. I did it. She told me she followed me. I never followed back. I probably meant to, or but we conversated for a little, and she had, she was telling me, I see your stuff, excuse me for cursing. And she had plans. I was just picking her brain, seeing where she at with it. And I just felt, even when I seen that, I'm like, all right, she got potential. And, sometimes we need each other. We'll bump into someone and they just have the key to the door that you just didn't have at the time. And I mean, I always reiterate that. And I just felt like, okay, I'm gonna grab her up and I'm gonna work side with her and see what we can offer the game. Because like you said, there's not that much calisthenic females in the game. It's some, but there's not some that that if they put their feet, I felt like if we put her feet on the turf, she's gonna be able to reach other people, and that's what been happening. So I told myself like, yo, I'm gonna grab her up. I wanna put her into a light that I felt she wasn't at. She would have made it something. I mean, eventually,
regardless,
but I wanted to pull the fast track. Like, yo, come in, show your face. You know what I mean? And it's rolling now. Know what I mean? And that's for a lot of females out there. If y'all got anything that y'all want to do, network and speak to the right people. There's someone out there who will put you in the right place. Now, I mean, I don't know her life before it or whatever, but I know definitely once I spoke to her and I heard her plans and I seen her page and the potential she had, it was kind of bewildered to me. Like, why you just, you know what I mean? Like, how we just meeting each other. Mind you, she's from the city.
Yeah.
Mind you, she's in Brooklyn. We done been in Brooklyn. We done been in parks. We done been in situations. It's the first time. I'm like, yo, if you can, you know what I mean? I don't mind helping you. And, and we help each other. And I mean, when we go back and forth and we collaborate, I mean, her people see me. And I mean, my people see her. And I see it's females that I knew that's hitting her up. And it's like, I bet. So now she gonna make another side of the world stronger. You know what I mean? So I just want to clap it up for you real quick. Shout out to Paige, man.
Absolutely. Yes.
We have to definitely get Paige on the phone, man. I ain't want to miss that.
Yeah. I feel like, okay, so let me ask you guys, both of you guys, right? So what's probably like the hardest workout you completed?
Together
and then even separate. Like what's it?
Together. Well, he's strong. I think he's slept on. People don't realize how strong he is. First off, I say that a lot. The hardest.
We really be freestyling and we superset everything. You know how we work. We do weighted pulls, dips, Usually the same
We all
stuff.
had a good little workout
Yeah.
too. My fault to cut you off.
Oh yeah, you remember? I mean,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
got
it
it
was
in.
good. Yeah, it was a good workout.
That's really what it be. I'm trying to take her under some weights to superset those. I mean, don't want to take off her game
Yeah.
too though.
You just don't like weights at all? Like what's like
No, it's not that.
Okay.
I want to get stronger and use weights again. Like I was doing weighted before, but I don't know. Life
Just fall in
happens,
love,
and
yeah.
I kind of like fell back from it a little bit this year, and I came back, and I think everything happens for a reason because ever since we got connected, like I've been like in a way focused backward to like
yeah.
where I need to be. And I still feel myself gradually getting there, but like it's better than being stagnant.
Absolutely.
what I mean?
Yes.
Yo, let
And,
me show this up real quick. My
Yes,
fucking
absolutely.
She definitely play a role in me getting in the field. You heard Bodyweight.
Okay.
Know what I mean? I'm fixing up posture. Know what I mean? Like I say, man, like she definitely is a help when it comes to my game, let alone to my guys. Shout out to the guys. Shout out to everyone who, know what I mean, pushed me to do what I'm doing now. We're gonna get into that in a little, but
Yeah.
know what I mean, shout out to Paige. She definitely do that battery in the black. Yo, you should do it, bro. Like, know what I mean, they sleeping on it, they don't know, know what I mean, show them woo. And know what I mean, play this role. But I do want to mention, I really don't care too much to bring her to the weights because I feel where she's at is very much needed and
Yeah.
wouldn't want it to pull away from whatever she's doing because maybe there's some females out there who want to be just a calisthenic athlete.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Us as men, we feel is
We
great
kinda
just
go,
to be
yeah.
able to pick up some weight. You
We
know what I
more
mean?
so lean towards the weight, throw the weight around, shit like that. Look,
Drop that
look,
315.
look, if you just want to throw the weight around.
We
We're
did,
gonna throw the weight around. Look.
Shout out to my man Dog Knight too. Dog Knight threw that 315 up today.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yo. All right, so like when doubt comes, right? Because you just talked about like just having like now you feel like you kind of getting back into gear and stuff like that. So when doubt creeps up, like what keeps you motivated?
The fact that I came this far in the first place, and then like
Okay.
just thinking about like it's really moments like even sometimes now where I'd be like, all right, I got to do something else and make a different kind of move. But then I really do look at like how far I came. Like it took me years to get to where I'm at now. Like why would you want to stop that?
Like don't let that go.
Yeah.
You know?
So it's like even before I met healthy, like there'll be moments where I wasn't like motivated to go to the gym or go work out. Like I think I stepped out the gym for an entire month. Like anytime I was like, Paige, you gotta go to the gym. I would like sit on my floor, do some push-ups or bust out 300 squats or something like just so my brain is like, okay, we ain't gonna stop. And I had a pull-up bar. So I would like do like sets in the house just so I know. Like honestly, even those little moments help us like medicine. It's like a sense of dopamine.
Absolutely, yeah.
People get dopamine off likes. I get dopamine off my workouts.
Yeah.
So like it's not something I should be letting go, So I feel that this is something I'm supposed to be doing.
Okay.
Because when I'm not doing it, I'm not right. And when I do it, I feel like all the right in the world. So like,
Okay. So now when it comes to being, I guess, from your journey and your timeline, now you're kind of at a point where it's like, I guess, more recognition, more value has been given, respect, even though you know your craft. Now other people are acknowledging it more so. How has that changed for you in any way? Do you feel like you maybe have to maneuver differently? Do you feel like it's pushed you more to work when it comes to the calisthenics? Have you been more, I guess, inclusive with the community of calisthenics and working out? Anything changed from just now being like, I guess, a form of a face?
Yeah, a lot's changed. I wish a lot more had changed, but a lot of little things have changed. But I think it's important to like focus on the little things first. I think especially for a person like me, I think I gotta grow in the way that I need to grow. But I've always wanted to practice new skills, and since we're not really training for a competition right now, it's allowing me that time. Friends have been unique.
Okay.
As of late, as I watch myself grow, I pay very close attention. I pay attention to like people who weren't there before that's trying to show up now. And
Definitely gonna go through that.
this is still new to me. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is like literally brand new to me. I'm working with a bunch of growth that I'm getting in less than a year.
And people probably don't realize that as well.
They don't.
Like,
They just
you still
see
have
one
adapting.
thing. And that one little thing will make people head spin and have them thinking or whatever. But at the end of the day, whoever's on my journey right now is meant to be on my journey. you know, and everything that I'm learning and everything that I'm participating in and like going to all these events, like I feel like it's important for me to show up for myself, not for anybody else, but it's important for me to like be at these places and see everybody. It honestly motivates me when I go. I'm motivated by the men just as much as I'm motivated by the women because I'll be watching healthy workout and I'll be like, God, this dude still got energy. Like, what? He's finished like 50 sets and ready to go for 10 more. Like,
Ridiculous.
but like, it's just inspiring, you know. I'm taking it every day. I'm learning every day. I'm paying very close attention. I mean, I'm I'm just here right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So when it comes to the women in the community, right, of calisthenics and working out, do you feel like the same love and support is given as opposed to like the men per se?
It's weird to say. Like, I can say yes. Sometimes it feels a little different, but I can't. You.
Go ahead, get your thoughts. It's okay. It's okay.
I feel like for the most part, whatever you bring to the table individually, you're gonna attract that energy. And once you bring an energy around or energy comes towards you that don't need to be around you and you sense that, it's just that common sense and you should really kick in and say, all right, let me just fall back a little bit from this person or whatever this is this is they got going on. Or whenever you do try to reach out to some people, like, cause I reach out to any female that I've ever reached out to was out of genuine, like, yo, I think you strong. I want to work with you type vibe. Like, I just see another strong girl and I want to work with strong girls. Strong girls is the reason I do what I do now because I've seen strong women. So it's like to want to connect with them and to not get that same reciprocation, it's okay. Like, it's no sweat off my
pivot.
back because there's
That's
a whole
it.
bunch of other women in the world that still won't work, you know? So it's all right to me.
What advice would you give like the young girls or the young women that maybe feel like I can't do this or like that looks impossible?
Honestly, it's so simple. Just keep doing it. Just keep trying it. It's literally as simple as that. Anytime you feel any doubt, take a breather. That's the best you could do. Take a moment and get back to it. Because the more that you don't try something, the more you're never going to have it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you keep sitting there saying, I can't do it, I know because you ain't tried. You tried one time and you gave
And
up.
you gave up.
So there's nothing going to happen from that. So I just say to the girls, like, don't let anybody make you feel no kind of way. Stick to the people that want to stick with you. And just stay focused on whatever it is because the minute you fall off and you allow yourself to stay in that dark place, it's probably one of the hardest things for you to get back out of. But as long as you just keep fighting and fight through whatever it is, just, you'll be all right.
So I know on an episode we had a discussion where we talked about the state of calisthenics, right? I got his take. I want to ask your take, just being involved. First question, right? Do you feel like the state of calisthenics, do you feel like it's growing? Do you feel like it's stagnant? Like, what's your take on what's going on currently?
I feel like it's a roller coaster right now, if I'm
Okay.
being honest. I feel like 1 minute it's up and it's not really down, but it just goes through like a loop-de-loop moment.
Mhm.
And like right now, I just feel like, I feel like Abu Sada and these competitions that I went to, I'm speaking for what I've
Your
experienced,
experience,
you know?
exactly, yeah.
I thought that was a great one that I went to back in April 5th. Was it April 5th?
I believe.
I think it was April
Something.
5th.
Beginning of, yeah. The beginning.
Yeah. That was a dope event. The energy was great. I was probably one handful of women it wasn't that many women there.
Which I
But
can believe that, yeah.
to be a woman that's there and to be surrounded by all those men and to just have them just like be like, yo, you strong, or to even try to motivate the next girl that wanted to get up on the pull-up bar rather than what other people might think would happen in a room full of men. Like, it was like nothing but respect. It was nothing but love and good energy in the room. Everybody was just vibing and connecting. So going through that experience, I thought that was pretty cool. And I feel like something like that needs to be happening more often, like that type of energy, that type of flow. Uh, I would like to see more of it. I would
Okay.
like to see more women, involved. But I just feel like everybody right now needs to get along. And that's probably one of the hardest things we could do. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
adults are complex it's so simple to fix a situation, but you know, adults gonna be adults, and at whatever point in time you realize that something just needs to be dead, that's on you.
Some
Hopefully, it's
people
just not too
react later.
late.
Yeah.
You know. But I just think what everybody's doing right now is good. Rip Right throwing his events, that's good. Team Easy Money throwing his events, that's cool. Toasty, everybody's throwing
Shout out to
events,
everybody
cool.
doing, yeah.
Now, how about we all find a way to vibe and, you know, get this
Bring
right?
that, exactly,
That's
yes.
just my thing. Like,
So what do you feel like would elevate the community when it comes to everything you just said?
I think a certain people need to collaborate,
Okay.
sit at a table.
Okay. Do you feel like it's specifics, like when it comes to specific people, or maybe just like as a whole, anybody that's in, you know, in
If anybody, I don't want to say any names, but
Yeah.
specifically, I just feel like people who have been doing this for a while, people who have the knowledge, and even if you like a younger generation, but you got that potential, I just feel like certain people need to sit at a table, come together and like discuss things together, because we all got different thoughts, we all got different ideas, and when you throw all of that together, you can make something great.
Absolutely.
But everybody just want to continue to be isolated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody want to do their own thing, and that's cool because what you're doing is low key pretty cool. But can you imagine what we would do if we would all do it together? You know what I'm saying?
Very powerful. Yes.
So, I just feel like, I don't know. I just feel like if we just all, it's not impossible.
It's not.
It's not impossible, and it don't take just a certain somebody to do it.
Yeah.
You might not be the right guy like you think you are. You might not be the right chick like you think you are, but somebody else is. And don't get mad at the people that's stepping up to the plate.
Yeah, I do feel like a lot of ego and pride plays a part when you see
100%.
things.
But to say that.
Yeah, and like
100%.
we talked about something else, like, but like my follow up as well would be like, so do you feel like a sense of gatekeeping is happening as well in the community?
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like
I hope so, yeah.
I feel like, there's been a lot of times where it's gatekeeping. I also feel like people are seeing where this new generation of like people and social media are going. I feel like they're seeing that now, and they're low key like tapping in, like, all right, you know what? I guess I gotta do this. This is
it's no choice at that point.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen that, like, obviously technology and things are changing, so social media is at a high right now, and I feel like to the people, for those who may gatekeep, people that may have been in the game or before, and they feel like they know the way, like what I did worked. No one can't tell me anything else.
100%.
So that's where I think the egotistical part plays its role. That's where it kicks in. I've been doing this. This my opinion on it.
Yeah.
I think the ego part kicks in there for the people who can provide other opportunities that the leaders of the new school, you know what I mean? Not only gonna point to me, it's multiple people out there.
People that's out doing.
You know what I mean? Even shout out to the DMV again. They part of the new school. You know what I mean? However, you have people who's willing to bridge that gap to combine and make it stronger. But then you have some people who feel, yo, nah, we've been doing this before. We started this. You don't really do this, opinion.
Yeah.
You don't really do this. You know what I mean? You just got the numbers. I think some people, then the ego kicks in again with the numbers. Some people feel they deserve the numbers. And on the flip side of that, I'm a person, you have some genuine people who I feel like there's people who do deserve the numbers and will get it just because they allow themselves to play their role, humble it. There's gonna be a couple people you're gonna see on my platform that I feel they been did this. I want to bring them back out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And because I have the power and the platform to do that, I'm gonna do that. You know what I mean?
Showing them how to not gatekeep.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, if I'm dealing with them, I feel because there's a genuine attitude there. The people who I feel is gatekeeping, we probably won't even lock ties with each other because it becomes an ego thing again.
Yeah.
Yo, he's too genuine. He shows too much love. He's around too much people. Versus, I feel someone who gatekeeps feel they're entitled. You know what I mean? I feel they feel that people is under them or they're better than someone, or some people do not deserve things.
Or they don't even want to share the sauce. Like,
you know what I mean? You want to share the sauce because you feel no one worked hard enough when they don't even know. Like I always say, you probably sitting next to the person who has the answer that you've been looking for.
Yeah.
Instead of you submitting to the situation of how life is spinning, Life is gonna keep going. It's gonna keep changing. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. You allow, all right, you got the source, little bro. Yo, look, this is what I could do, what we could do. You could show me how to do this. I'm gonna show you how to do that. Poof, that's going somewhere. Now you tap in with the brother that you knew from before your time, and he show you things, and it just keeps cycling like that. And we pass that down to the younger generation instead of showing them how to go back and forth with each other and arguing who started what, or bring up statistics that have nothing to do with what's going on. It has nothing to do. It's not making no money. It's gonna, you know what I mean? You could pick your revolving door. We could speak about what doesn't matter, or we could keep showing what matter and keep applying it.
Yeah. I feel for me, even like for someone that works out, that has a curiosity for the community of calisthenics or just working out in general, it's funny because even with platforms like this, I feel like these are things that also change the game as well, because it gives y'all a voice to speak, whether that's a form of therapy, whether that's giving the sauce in a sense. You get what I'm saying? And I feel like now, this is where I agree. I feel like some of those people are catching on to that as well. And they're realizing like, damn, hold on. They going up there saying, what? Like, this is what's happening. Like, this is what. So now they trying to adjust, and they might be catching on a little bit too late, you know? And then now you in a situation where you're trying to like kind of figure it out, but your ego is not letting you give in to the idea that like, I got to work with these people.
Right.
So, and then it sucks, but I was actually supposed to have somebody up here on a different day that's a part of the community. Yeah. Unfortunately, the ego, my opinion, the ego and pride played the part. And it was one of those things where it could have been like, once again, this is my opinion, I feel like it could have been a reaction more so because they see what's going on. And now they like, damn, like I want to tap in, but it's something not quite letting them just concede to the idea.
So let me sample on that ego thing real quick. So let's say maybe, I don't know, am I the first athlete who came on your show?
You in reference to calisthenics, yes.
Yeah? Yes. Okay, so that wave was paved. It opened up a box. If ego was not in the situation, which I don't know what it was, if it did play a role, this is how it stopped a situation. Matter of fact, me and you was just talking about getting other people on the show. That's
a fact.
That's just, you know, people like us who want people to build, bring a platform for someone else. I was telling him about my man Lawrence. Shout out my man Money L. We're gonna try to get him up here. But if whoever it was, he or she did not want to come up here just because of ego, that could have been their make or break at the and I mean at that situation right there. We spoke about, we had a couple of workouts. He seen what was going on with the DMV. He shot the question, yo, bro, you want to woo-woo? I thought to myself, I said, I could make myself look better in a different light. Or I could have an ego and say, yo, nah, you're not worth it. It's nah, I chose to be who I am. Yo, matter of fact, yeah. And when I get on there, I'm going to bring someone else. And matter of fact, after that, someone else, I think someone else deserves to sit down and speak, and they should see them in a different light. And it keeps going like that.
Because the way I see it too, like even if you take it off platform, but to bridge the gap, how it connects, there's a lot of people, to the point of what we're talking about, the topic of gatekeeping, there's a lot of people who may not have that reach. Or like even before what we just discussed, how you said you guys meeting, you know what I'm saying? Where you felt like, yo, she gonna get there, but nah, we need her to get there now. You know what I'm saying? So it's certain things where it's like, yo, how else could I make this work for somebody? You know? And
then back to what she said, there's some people who just don't got it. Yeah. They may think they got it. Maybe he or she, whoever was supposed to come, they probably seen what was going on, wanted to follow the footsteps or who got what going on. And then when they thought about it, they like, nah, I probably can't do it like that. You know what I'm saying? Reality kicked in.
Yeah. You
know what I mean? Some people just don't got it.
Also, it's not that easy.
And you an intimidated person, like, you know what I mean?
I be chilling, man.
You intimidated. They gotta sit, they gotta listen to you, you know what I mean? The way you speak.
This is good. To me, this is good. I feel like this gives like, right, okay. This think about it. The gym, working out and all this stuff, like it's a lot of judgment that comes with it, if we be honest. Like people judge us all the time, you know? So when you come and sit down, they're like, oh, hold on, these people know how to articulate themselves. Hold on, they have a mission. Hold on, they want to do shit. You get what I'm saying? They actually about community. Like it's just a different light that shines on people to look good. You know? So it's kind of like, rather than just thinking like, they got the testosterone jumping, they just work out, or she joined in with them, she just working out, she don't give a fuck about, you know what I'm saying? Like it's almost like they feel as if, some people may feel as if there's no sense of direction for people that just work out. Like that's all they're gonna do. And what sucks too is like for the times before, generations now, that's kind of where those people were at. because there were no platforms, there was no technology, no all of this shit that's going on.
Well, before they were doing interviews and stuff.
Yeah,
Okay. Yes, bring that up. Yes, bring it up. Yes,
it was.
They had their YouTube channels. They would they would have interviews like this. It wasn't podcasts at the time.
Yeah.
It was just interviews at the time. And they were doing it, and it's something that's probably one of the things that, like, you know, like kind of like what I was saying before, like you got something in, you don't stop working towards it just because you feel a little bit of self-doubt.
Yeah.
And they probably could have had some things go further than what it was, you know, then.
Mm-hmm.
And even now, you know, people might know some people as OGs or legends or whatever you want to call them. Like, you can come back out right now and set a platform because you got different knowledge than what we got.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, or when you get invited to like shows like this or something like that, or you choose not to show up, like, you, in a sense, you letting down the community. Like,
that's how I look at it. I'm like, yo, I would think if you come up voicing your whatever you have to say, you have experience in the game. It matters. That's what. So to the people that maybe are trying to, like, you know how many people be at the gym, at my gym. Yo, what's up? What we working on today? What you trying to do or whatever? I could be training somebody. I'm just curious to see what they doing. I'm about to do muscle ups. And I laugh because that wasn't a thing all the time. You know what I'm saying? So now,
that's so true.
Yo, real shit. So now you see like the influence. To me, that's influence. Because now it's like, yo, like, hold on. So that's a part of your routine now.
Yeah.
Like, you about to go to the bar and just do muscle ups. That's not what I'm used to hearing. You know what I'm saying? Before it was maybe like I'm just about to try to hit the bench to try to get the 225, 315 or whatever, or do a bunch of squats or whatever the case is. So when you hear this stuff, I love it. I love to hear these things because you could tell like these people are tapping in. You understand what I'm saying? So if people who have a stamp in the community don't come on platforms like this to discuss, or even their own platform and discuss or withhold, how that look? How much are you really a part of the community? You actually, it's like a diversion. You're separating yourself from the community back to the ego and pride. You think you're above.
Yeah.
It don't work like that.
And let's not forget, just a real quick tapping with for the community. We got some people who they just put that in their conversation just because it's what's cool right now. I mean, it always been cool.
It's a buzzword. The
Yeah.
hold on.
It always been cool, and it always will be cool, and it always will be a great thing. Doing something for your community, really doing something for your community. It will always be a great thing. But some people know it's such a great thing that they just say it, or they just they fake the funk. Let's just say they fake the funk just to portray an image, because that's what's making people look good right now. But sooner or later, the truth will come out. You understand? When it comes to the action, because you could say but so much on camera. You know, people have to see, they have to feel. When they get around you, it's something that I have to know. Like, I heard you say this X amount of months. When I seen you, it was none of that. You don't have nothing on your resume to back it up. And for your community is not for one person, not for three people, not for your family, for community. For your community, you know what I mean? There's people who have nothing and is doing things for the community, you know what I mean?
Real shit.
Shout out to Paige, she about to do something, you know what I mean, in the beach. I guess you could shout out a little later, and shout out to everybody else who's doing out there too. Shout out people in the Garvey, shout out Motivational Monday, shout out my team who's doing stuff, you know what I mean? Musa LB and them on Sundays. Just doing stuff for the community, you know? And then you got people with reach, with power, with money who don't do nothing for the community. In my opinion, don't do nothing for the community, but will say it. And just because they have the light, people who's not part of the community will believe it. You know what I mean?
Comes out their mouth, yeah.
But sooner or later, the truth comes out.
It'll come out. So when it comes, less of that, right? So now, when it comes to, you guys are battlers technically. When it comes to the battles and stuff like that, right? What's the mindset that goes into it before a battle?
You gotta win now.
Definitely though.
It's like a whole thing personally for me. Like, as long as once I know the routine, it's like, all right, I'm locked in, I'm ready to go. And I like tough challenges. I like, give me something to work towards, you know?
Okay.
I've done 2 competitions recently. One was as many reps as possible, and the other one was like an endurance type of battle.
Okay.
Shout out to Amber for giving us a lot and be so awesome. But I This is one thing I like about the UFX is that it was a challenge. Like it made me learn something new. I had to learn how to do a muscle up. I had to learn how to do certain movements just to, progress. And I'm glad that I had that opportunity because I don't think, like, I was already training muscle ups, but I probably wouldn't have trained as hard as I did. So when it comes to competitions, for me personally, I love a challenge. So when I have that challenge, it's like my mind is going like, oh yeah, like it's game time. Like on the day of the show or wherever it is, like I'm nervous as hell. Like I'm super nervous, anxiety
Butterflies,
through the
jump,
roof.
everything.
Soon, like it's like you waiting for the clock, and as soon as that clock hits, it's like it just flushes out of you. Like it, like I don't know what it is, but that part of it is like exciting, and it doesn't matter what type of competition you're doing, whether it's as many reps as possible, endurance, intense. My personal preference is to put me through a challenge.
Okay.
But it's just like just going through it, you just be feeling a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot of feelings that go through you when you training up to the day of the competition. Like you feel like I need my little robe on. Like
okay, yeah. Cue the music. That's right.
So bad, but that's my take on it.
Okay, what about you? How you feel?
Yeah, for me, I mean, like you said, man, for me, it feel like a fight. Like, I mean, once you pop it off, you going already.
Yeah.
Me, as far as when it comes to the battle, you know what I mean? Like I said, you know what I mean? I got pushed to do it, which I still wanted to do. I always had ones and twos and input on the situation. You know, my role in the community is the motivator, is to keep people doing the right thing, trying to change people's mindset. But I felt I had to take it a step further. So what I speak on, I've done lived it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's stamped,
even, Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even when it comes back to speaking on community, do something for the community. So I bring it back to this. I'm like, I don't want to keep speaking on this and I have not done it. You know what I mean? I want to be someone who, if I said something, I could show you I backed it up. So even I was speaking even earlier, I told you, I might step in a spot just to say that I did it. You know what I mean? Like Shannon Brown, I might pull back, but let them know, like, he was one of those. You understand? But I do take pride in just, even when it comes to the battle, I'm still trying to prove a point and show someone a lesson. Like, look, I transitioned myself from someone who just wanted to speak about something and did it, and I'm doing it for something positive. I want to show someone else, look, you could do it. You know what I mean? You could, and for the people who's watching this, all the screaming and the ranting, man, that's just for promotion and all that. Don't feel anyone's looking for trouble. For the kids, you know what I mean? For the youth who's watching it, do not misinterpret it. You know what I mean? No one's looking for trouble. And if anybody is looking for trouble, that's because they haven't gotten enough trouble when they was younger. You know what I mean? So don't believe the hype. We do that for promotion and stuff. And it's fun, but back to the battle, and I mean, I do it to bring that energy. I'm very energetic. Yeah. Whether I'm speaking, whether I'm talking, whether I'm preaching or whatever it is, I'm bringing that to the field, you know what I mean? And I feel like it needed me. I feel like the game needed me. Even if it wasn't the battle, and just the parks needed me, just the gym needed me for me to step in and show them how I swing on the ball, how I throw up 315. You know what I'm saying? How the floor game and get next to somebody and say, oh yeah, y'all need to stop fighting about that. That's whack. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So the kids, listen, y'all need to chill. Matter of fact, take it out right here. Let me see who do the most push-ups. You know what I mean? For me, so it's still a battle for me, whether I'm on the field or not. You understand? And it's still a scary situation. Even when I'm coming to sit down, I'm scary. But when I sit down, all right, y'all, it's D, M, and Elijah. All right, we locked in.
It's kind of like vice versa. The game needs you.
Look at that, yeah.
I mean, definitely my purpose, man.
Have you guys ever felt pressure to look a certain way because you guys work out in like the battles and stuff?
I don't think so.
I definitely look forward to conducting myself in a certain manner when I'm around certain people. I mean, when we with the guys, but when we around the youth or we're around the community, I like to conduct myself in a certain manner. Not saying I have to, because sometimes I give them, pause the raw me.
Yeah.
No Diddy. You know what I mean? I give them the raw me, but I like to uphold myself as someone, someone who respects themselves, someone who shows love every time. I don't, I try to give eye contact all the time and, breathe easy around others. And even if I have to be extra super duper patient around someone who I done had a misunderstanding with in the past, and it's just part of the game, because practicing what I preach, you know what I mean? Because eyes and ears here, and people know I mean, whatever people think they don't know, the community speaking about it. Back to the OGs, we know what's going on, down to what's going on right now. You know what I mean? So I try to just move in a way how I want to be spoken about. You know what I mean? When I leave the game, I want them to be like, yo, nah. You know what I mean? Son was that nigga, like, you know what I mean? He probably could bleep the nigga shit out, but you know what I mean? Son was that guy, like, you heard, like, he came in here, did that and left. Like, there's something wrong with him. He was a little rah-rah, but he loved everybody. You understand? And that's how I move.
Okay.
I mean, I don't try to be too, I don't try to fake the funk too much. Somebody's gonna find out, somebody's gonna know, it's somebody who know. You know what I mean? So anybody bring up a story, yo, he did this when he was younger. Yeah, I did that. That's not me no more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Or when I meet them first, yo, look, this what I was about. This how I got where I'm at. What's up? What we doing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Get that out the way.
Get that out the way. You know what I mean?
Real shit. All right. So what's even though we kind of like danced around it, what's coming up for you guys? What's going on? What's events? Any collabs? Anything
We
going
definitely
on?
gonna get Paige in the battlefield, man. We working on that.
Okay. Yeah, how you feel about that?
I want the smoke.
Yeah.
I be telling him that all the time. I'm like,
I was literally talking to him earlier, and I was like, "Yo, what if there was like a co-ed battle too? Like women, I want the women to have their thing, but like the co-ed thing. So like they do like group teams as a whole, maybe like 5, however many people, but like just like if it's like a 2v2 or 3v3, however that works, like maybe something more like intimate.
We
first
discussed it, yeah.
Okay.
We discussed a lot. Like we want to. I know I want to compete.
She's like, let's work. Like let's go.
Yeah,
you know, it's always
word.
like chill. You going to get your time. It's on. Like it's not really about the time. It's like I feel like after you started competing like that, like now it's just like you just
gotta,
you know, you don't want to just be too still. Like all right, but right now I'm okay with this break. Right now, I'm not gonna lie. I need a little moment right now after them 2 things. I did them back to back. One was 1 week. One was the very next weekend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I'm okay with taking it easy right now. But if actually, I might be doing.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
I might be doing Kangaroo in August. It's August 9th.
Okay.
Girls That Muscle Up. You guys know Nate-Chan.
Yes.
She is gonna be, I believe, as many reps as possible, and then they have a strength.
She's like, give me all of that. I want
Uh-huh.
all of it.
Yeah.
All that, man.
All the smoke. All the smoke.
Okay.
And then I'm doing the calisthenic games on the beach. Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot. She's talking about I'm enjoying this rest. Is she the name too? She got coming up. That's good.
I gotta be busy, man. I feel like, I mean, like I said, had to see it, man. Had to see it. The girls got to see it. The girls got to do it.
Yeah.
Teach their kids.
I think they're
kids to
waiting
move
for
like
it.
that.
You know?
Yeah.
I think it's something that's been waiting, especially because like when it comes to just working out, the gym or the park, whatever it is, I think there's some sense of a view that like women can't, you know, or it won't like.
It's with women. I'm realizing it's either they think they can't or they won't because they feel like they're gonna look muscular or manly.
Yeah.
Which is one of the most frustrating things I hear. Like, I don't want to look bulky. I don't want to look like a man. If you training to look like a man, sweetheart, you're gonna look like a man.
That's what you. Yeah, exactly.
But if you're training for a different aesthetic, then that's what you're gonna go for. Now, if we train in calisthenics, unless you training like, you know, She-Hulk, I mean, you're gonna be fine. It's ways to tune your body. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to look a certain way just to be this strong. And that's one thing I really do want to show women. Or I feel like I try to show women, like as strong as I am and as lean as I am, like I feel that I'm still like petite, and I hold myself to a standard because that's just me.
Yeah.
I prefer to be how I am, whether it's strength, looks, whatever. This is just how I like to carry myself, you know? And I appreciate the compliments that come along with it. I've been taking care of myself this way since high school. So I don't know how to let that go. It's literally a part of me. It's stuck. So, you know, I just wish that women would realize, like, if you really take the time, pay attention to, like, whatever it is that you need to eat, how often you need to work out or whatever, like, you're not going to look any sort of type of way. Just keep loving yourself and keep working towards everything that you need to do, and you're going to be all right.
That's right. Okay. So, okay. Well, let me wrap up on this end, right? So, okay. That's your battles coming up. I know you have a battle coming up as well.
Oh, yeah. Definitely July 12th. Make sure y'all go get y'all tickets. DMV versus New York. What? 4? 3?
Look, because last time it was like 3 and we was on 2.
This is fight number 4. We've been going at it, man. Shout out the guys in the DMV. We definitely look forward to doing more battles. We trying to, find some more people in different spots. We really trying to keep it home base and try to see who we could work with out here. Like Paige said, it's a roller coaster right now, but you know my role in this. And I mean, my love is always at arm's reach. So anybody who's with it, we gonna keep it going. But definitely trying to open up a side for the females and all that. And I mean, for a fact, shout out Paige. She's part of the new school. Like that's
you gotta lead it.
Yeah,
you gotta lead it, Paige.
We definitely gonna boost that. Like when they see this, they gonna know. Like yeah, Paige is the leader of the new school right now. Know what I mean,
gotta lead it.
Shout
Paige.
out to other females too, though. Know what I mean, but
Just
I always say feet on the pavement, man. Like in arm's reach, like that makes a big difference. You could be in Alaska, you could be in Nebraska, and throw a video up, but you know what I mean. When you touching hands and taking flicks, know what I mean, it's a whole different. It's a whole different thing.
Yeah. All right. So let me actually take this segment I like to call Speak Up, in reference to your journey, the experience. Just
Wait, can I ask you one question? Because I feel like that's the wrap up question.
Yeah.
That's
Go
the
ahead,
wrap up, right?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Wrap up, right? T. What is your take
On what?
on like he loved this? He like yes.
What up?
What is
Don't nobody really ask me.
What is your take on the calisthenic community right now from an outsider looking in who's really inside and in arm's reach, if not very well connected with what's going on? What's your take on it? Who's inspiring you? Who you feel? Who you feel? I mean, who you got your eyes on the most? Not like that. I mean, who you feel is most impactful? Who you watching? And just your overall thought.
So I think
situation.
Individually, there's no one specific person I'm watching because I'm rooting for the community as a whole.
Yes.
If I'm being technical,
Yes.
right? And then, but what I can say, I can give credit to the people that are in reach.
Yeah.
If you're out of reach because of whatever your reason is, then I guess I just don't care until that time comes.
Right.
I don't have no reason to care. I'm not going to stop what I'm doing, whether I'm working out or whether I'm going to see a battle or whether I'm trying to battle, whatever it may be. If you choose to separate yourself from what, the curiosity of others, then hey, it is what it is. I would like to see more of a union from you guys. I feel like there's too much of a divide and it seems like a lot of petty shit.
Yeah.
It seems like a lot of like we adults at the end of the day, you get what I'm saying? So a lot of this shit is like settle it on the bars, no pun intended. You know what I'm saying? Like, so shit like that. But like do the battle, get it over with, and like just voice your opinion. Like nothing that you said could be that serious. Like you feel some type of way because of what? Because someone's not showing you love or you not is probably the same problem. You know what I'm saying? Like what makes you feel as if you're not being shown love? You know what I'm saying? Like where does that derive from?
Yeah,
Also, like were you tapped in before maybe the newcomers came in? Like what were you doing during that time frame? So I feel like there's a lot of problems there. That's another reason why my curiosity strikes where I would like to have whomever can come up that is going to bring value, quality people only, who's going to come up to discuss what's really going on in the community. Because it's like if the goal is trying to like bring more camaraderie and stuff like that, then like that's what we need to be discussing. So that way people could see like, damn, it's really not that deep. Damn, we are really trying to build something.
Right.
We are really for the community. We are really showing love. We are really outside. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just behind the screen on social media posting something up saying like, all right, I'm about to get horny for likes. You get what I'm saying? Or we not about to just be like, or the IG model shit, whatever the case is. You get what I'm saying? Like you get more criticism than you do the people that's actually involved. Like, yo, you could critique if you involved, cool.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if you're not really tapped in, fuck it, like your opinion don't matter.
Yeah.
You know? So I feel like there's just a lot of like small problems.
Yeah.
And it don't need to be that.
And this is what we're gonna do one time, since we so all community based. We're gonna do this. Let's kick the ego. Whoever, the male or female, whoever you was talking about.
Yeah.
Don't worry about who came up here first. Don't worry about what's going on right now. Don't even worry about this episode. Come up here, voice your opinion, and restart yourself. You know what I mean? Sure. If you feel you out the loop, come give yourself a second chance. This is arms open. This is, piece of the leaders of the new school saying, yo, listen, we want you in here. You know what I mean? We want you in here. You understand what I'm saying? You part of it. We don't know who you are. I don't know who you are. We want you in there. There's space for you. You know what I mean? You may just not be the piece that you feel you are, but the people's gonna label you.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? You don't have to label yourself. If not, write down on a piece of paper, what amount of respect do you feel you deserve? What percentage out of 100 do you feel that you should be at? You know what I mean? And that'll be your opinion. Let that be okay. But play your role. Let's all be great. You know what I mean? It's a billion stars out there in the galaxy. It's a lot of them shining. You know what I mean? It's not only one.
Right. And everybody's opinion matters. Like, I feel like everybody's opinion matters. It's an opinion.
Yeah.
We ain't calling it a fact. Like, we came up here, we spoke, we
That's
said
the
what we
difference
said.
that matters.
Right.
Understanding that, I feel like people, what this said was fact, or what this said, you voice an opinion. Cool, we get it.
Yeah.
You feel
Right.
some type of way, say that.
Right.
You know, I think a lot of people too don't know how to articulate that.
Nah, because like
So
I feel like how we all here talking today. There's gonna be things that I said that somebody might not agree with.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
said
Absolutely.
people not gonna agree with, and that's cool.
Yeah.
Have your time, talk about it, let it
exactly.
out.
Just tap
you know,
in. That's how I
but-
look at it.
You know, at the end of the day, I got love for everybody, even if
There
they
we
don't
go.
love me
Yeah.
back. you
There we
know?
go.
Community love. Community love, man.
All right. So, right, like, all right, so now let me actually wrap it up, right? Segment I like to call Speak Up, right? So when it comes to your experience, the gym, the community, calisthenics, what's a message you would leave to the audience?
Overall,
Mm-hmm.
I would say, I mean, I feel like I said it already. Is to just don't stop, and then make sure that you start. Whichever way you trying to take your journey, take the first step that's driving you insane. Like, because a lot of us probably we will sit in one thought and won't get past it because like you need something perfect. So don't worry about whatever it is that's about to be perfect or imperfect. Just take the first leap and get started on your journey. You know.
You want to add anything?
Yeah, man. What I would just leave off with, I just want to say, stay true to yourself. Like I always say, stay true to yourself. Always remember you will never lose with peace and love. Majority's always gonna win. A war does not last forever, man. I mean, peace and love, mind, body, soul, set the tone.
All right. That's been another episode, guys. Speaks and Sip. Speak up, speak loud, or don't speak at all.